For the entire season, the Knicks have been linked to a number of different trade targets ahead of the trade deadline. Notably, the names linked to the Knicks have been Jonas Valanciunas, Nick Richards, and Goga Batadze. However, in new shocking reports, it's indicated that New York is not looking to make a major trade at the deadline. Instead, they're looking to make another move entirely. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, guys, about 55% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are on a mission to try to reach 25,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. The Knicks' shocking trade plans. Each and every trade deadline over the last few years, the Knicks have made a move to improve this roster. Josh Hart, Derrick Rose, OG Anunoby. Just a few players to name that the Knicks traded for midseason to help this team get better. History would have you believe that the Knicks are likely going to make another trade very soon. However, the Knicks' thinking in terms of making trades have shifted. And it's shifted in a very shocking way because now the Knicks are not looking to make a major trade. They're looking to make another move instead. Let's break down these latest reports from NBA insider Ian Begley. SNY insider Ian Begley recently provided a huge update on the Knicks' trade plans as we approach the trade deadline. According to Begley, I don't want to say anything definitive, but I believe this to be accurate at the moment. There's no plans for some massive trade for a big name, big money bench piece where the Knicks are bringing on significant money. I don't think that is in the cards at the moment. I think that the way the team is structured, they did a lot to put this starting five together. They want to see more of it, and then it's just about the margins. It's about maybe snagging another bench piece, or maybe, depending on what happens with Mitchell Robinson, figuring out something at center. But I can't see right now a big move happening if this group stays healthy the way it has been. I think you are looking at smaller moves back, which are important, but I don't think you're going to see an OG Anunoby type move or even a Josh Hart level move. Shout out to Ian Begley for confirming the Knicks trade plans as we move forward here. It seems like New York does not plan to make a massive trade happen. And honestly, given their assets and all the moves they made in the offseason, I absolutely believe that. If there is not a trade on the table for one of the players they are linked to that's very cheap and affordable, and the players linked to the Knicks as of right now, I said it early on in this video, it's Jonas Valanciunas, Nick Richards, and Goga Batadze. And out of all of those players, Jonas makes the most sense. However, if New York is not looking to make a Josh Hart-like move or an OG Anunoby-like move, then I can't really see them adding a player like Jonas Valanciunas, Nick Richards, or Goga Batadze. That likely means they're going to add another player, likely a less significant player off their bench that Tom Thibodeau trusts, that will help our depth and also help the starters to rest. I think that's the move that's coming. So if the Knicks are going to make a trade, it's likely for one of those type of players. But you know how I am. I don't only look at one NBA insider. I look at multiple NBA insiders to help confirm exactly what the Knicks are doing. And thankfully, some other NBA insiders help confirm Begley's reports here on the Knicks and their trade plans moving forward. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. Will the Knicks make a significant deadline move? According to ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst, he states, unlikely. They are right up against the second apron and are hard capped. According to James L. Edwards, insider with The Athletic, he also agrees by stating, it feels right now the Knicks will reassess and make a significant tweak around the margins after the season, not during this current season. So again, multiple NBA insiders are now confirming that the Knicks are not going to be making a major trade happen at the deadline. We are a championship roster right now, and we just need the right bench pieces to add. If you're adding a bench piece, that cannot be considered a significant or major trade at the deadline. But just because it may not be considered significant, it doesn't mean it won't help this Knicks team. We need depth. We need more players on this roster that will have an impact off the bench that Tom Thibodeau trusts and that will actually see significant time out there. Because having a player like that will change New York and their future entirely. Right now, we are playing our starters into the ground. 40-plus minutes a night if the game is close. If it's a blowout, they still might play 37 or 38 minutes. That is entirely unacceptable. We need our starters for the postseason. We need them healthy and fresh. If we're continuing to play them like this, they're not going to be fresh, and I would pray that they're all healthy by that time. We need to start utilizing our bench. Even if we don't trust our bench fully, we need to give them minutes, whether that be giving them minutes to the rookies or making a trade, a lower level trade, or going to the buyout market, or looking at your team at Westchester and calling some players up. Players that you know will play under Tom Thibodeau very well and have an impact off the bench. And also moves that will likely cost you nothing. Because as Brian Windhorst stated, the reason that the Knicks are unlikely to make a trade, not that they don't want to, they likely do want to make a move, but they can't because they're hard capped, they have limited assets, and regarding a trade right now, if they make a move with any team around the league, well, mostly any team around the league, they're going to have to match that other player's salary dollar for dollar. That really puts them in a hard position in terms of what moves to make and what moves to stand pat on. That's why I believe Ian Begley and all of these NBA insiders that the Knicks are likely not going to make a major trade at the deadline. Do I see them making a smaller move? Yes. Do I see them potentially not making a trade and going to the buyout market or to their Westchester team? Absolutely. Because Leon Rose loves to add talent without having to break the bank. You go to Westchester, you can do that. You go to the buyout market, you can do that. You utilize your rookies, you're not costing yourself anything. You'll improve the bench and give yourself more depth. Sometimes all you need is an adjustment. One small tweak here or there to change this roster and our trajectory moving forward. We need to be a locked-in championship contender. But honestly, from night to night, I don't know what Knicks team I'm going to see. Am I going to see the championship contender? Or am I going to see the team that plays down to their competition, doesn't play that much defense, and allows the opposing team to do whatever they want to do, shoot whatever they want to shoot, and get open look after open look after open look? These are the differences and what I'm looking for moving forward with regards to the Knicks. Consistency. We need to consistently beat down the teams we're supposed to beat and make it very competitive with the teams that we may not have a chance against. But we need to start making statements. Statement wins are what we need. We only have a few of them for this season. And as a team that has championship aspirations, that is not good enough. We need to start beating the best teams in the NBA. So that means when we play OKC again, we need to beat them. When we play Milwaukee, we need to beat them. When we play Boston, the Cavs, Denver, the Grizzlies, these are the teams that we need to start beating and having wins over, because those wins are going to matter than a lot of the other wins that we already have. Getting a win streak is important, and I would love the Knicks to do that. But getting notable wins against the teams that a lot of other people don't think you're going to win those games against, that's also important. And I want to see the Knicks start doing that. Close out those games. We clearly have the talent, but sometimes we have tired legs and we cannot finish out quarters. That's why I anticipate that while the Knicks will not make a major trade, a minor trade will be made. Maybe it's to the level of Jericho Sims. Maybe they trade Jericho Sims for some second-round picks, and then they go to the buyout market or Westchester and add a player like that. Or maybe they trade Sims for a young center or a wing that we can utilize and play on this team. Either way, a move is coming. But what's shocking about the move is a lot of the players that have been linked to the Knicks over the last few weeks, it's unlikely that New York has any interest in trading for them right now, given where they are as a team. And multiple NBA insiders have confirmed that a major trade is just not on the horizon for the Knicks right now. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following reports indicating that the Knicks are unlikely to make a major trade happen at the deadline? It feels more like right now they're likely to make a significant move after this season. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.